So I'm here with my client Bo, which is, he's a little distracted at the moment, but we're going to talk about a couple of chairs that he's looking at, and also a motion sofa. So we'll first start with the chair. He's interested in the different types of fabric or upholstery that he can get on them. Well, I've got, it comes with a cotton covering, but there's also additional fabrics, quite a few actually, and we picked out a couple of swatches here that he's interested in. Now, with cotton, it's pretty easy to take care of. You can simply use water and a little bit of soap. If it's a tough stain, you could use solvent on it, but you need to be careful with that as far as changing the coloring. So you want to test that in a different area. Now, as far as the different types of fabric he's chosen here, he's got a polyester and also a polyester wool blend. Now, the differences between the two are the polyester wool blend is going to have a slightly more natural feel to it, but it's also going to be extremely durable. And the polyester is 100% polyester, which is not a natural fabric, but it has a ton of stain resistance that's built into it. We'll explain that in a moment. And it's a little easier to care for than the wool is. So with the polyester fabric, what you have is, used to, people would want to put Scotchgard on top of things to protect it. That's no longer the case. Now, the way they make polyester is it's built into the fiber itself during the manufacturing process. And it's actually extremely hard to stain a 100% polyester fabric now. So as far as the durability and the ease of maintenance or ease of cleaning, it has a code on it that just says W for a cleaning code. That just means water. And so literally the only thing that they ask you to do if you need to clean it is water. If it's a tough stain, you might want to use hot water extraction or maybe a bit of a steam cleaner. But other than that, that's really all you need to do to ever clean it. Now, when we get over to the sample that has a wool content in it, it's going to have a solvent code, or I'm sorry, have a cleaning code of S, which means solvent. That's a dry cleaning fluid, just like you wouldn't put a wool sweater in a washer. It's the same thing as what we're talking about here. The benefits to wool is it's a natural fiber. It's going to have a different feel to it. It's going to naturally breathe, and it's beautiful. It'll last for a long time. If it does get stained, you would have to use a dry cleaning solvent in order to clean it up. It won't clean up well with water, so you wouldn't want to do that. So that's the differences between the two fabrics and the cleaning codes. Now, as far as the chair itself, what you have is it's a thin arm. It's known as an English arm because of the bit of the flare. It's not just straight. It has a tapered look to it, which helps with making the chair look sleek. It also has a tufted back and tufted sides. What that does for you is it creates a more of a stable or more of a structured feel to it, as opposed to a polyfill back, where if you didn't have any of this tufting, you would tend to sink into it. It doesn't provide a lot of support. This is a chair that provides support. It's actually a little easier to get in and out of because of that, because you're not sinking into it, you're sitting on it. Now, the other thing that Bo indicated and where to look at was a leather product. So we're going to look at a leather power reclining sofa, which I'm sitting in now. Now, the different types of leather is important here because this is a top grain leather. This is going to be a split grain leather. And there's also bonded leather as well. So we've got three different samples here, three different ideas about what we can do with this. As far as the motion furniture, it comes with a 3-year manufacturer's warranty on the internal components and on the electronics. But as we've talked about, the protection program that we offer is 5-year and is very inclusive. So we'll get back to that a little later. Now, as you can see with the leather here in our sample, this is a top grain leather. And on top grain leather, it has a bit of a nicer feel to it as far as the touch. And you're going to see some of the natural wrinkles and some of the natural grains in there, and it just has a little better feel. Now, when we get back to the split grain leather, which is what is on this chair now, split grain leather, you've got top grain which is what we just talked about. It's the top layer of the grain itself. When you get to split grain, that's the next layer down. That grain is very durable. It actually absorbs oils better than a top grain, and so it's easier to take care of. With a top grain, you've got to be careful about making sure it stays moisturized over the years. Otherwise, it's a little more likely to crack, so which you certainly don't want. Now, there's also a bonded leather that's available in this. Bonded leather is a material that's made out of several different types of leathers. It still gives a good feel to it. It stains out well as far as the manufacturing process. They can make it look beautiful. It's just a little less expensive, but you still get the nice leather look to it. So, and with leather, your cleaning code is W. They're simply going to ask you to wipe it off. So, but that's what we're looking at today. And thanks for your time.